my channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Caro Herrera, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 7th and last season of a show that's very close to my heart, The Clone Wars. I've already reviewed all the previous seasons, but the 7th one came out in February 2020, and it ran for 12 episodes. Before I begin though, let me just say that this will be a video with spoilers, so beware. Okay, so I've loved Star Wars ever since I was a kid. I particularly adore the prequels and then the original trilogy. I detest Disney's so-called sequels, they're not canon for me. And I don't really like Star Wars Disney-related content, except for Rogue One, Star Wars Rebels, and the last season of Clone Wars. Anyway, before George Lucas had to sell his treasure to Disney, Dave Filoni worked on The Clone Wars, this fantastic animated show about what happened between episodes 2 and 3, giving us more detail and confirmation about Anakin, the Chosen One storyline, the introduction and story of Ahsoka Tano, Anakin's Padawan/friend. But yeah, Anakin is my favorite character, so I'm gonna be mentioning him a bit in this video. But as to the Clone Wars, at one point there were some production problems, so that series was left unconcluded. But now Dave Filoni, who's sort of like a bit of the heir of George Lucas' vision, his pet project was Clone Wars, as I said, and with Disney he had the chance to finish it, tying some loose ends, finally connecting the show to the 3rd episode. Okay, so in this season we see mainly what's happening to Ahsoka just before episode 3 takes place. We follow her on some adventures, and we also meet up with Anakin, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, and many other beloved characters. What's really harrowing is that we finally see Ahsoka being hunted down for being a Jedi, even when she's no longer a member of that order. Also, I once read E.K. Johnston's novel Ahsoka, right when it first came out back in 2016, and as I said in my review of it, I didn't really like it. So I've sort of forgotten some of the stuff that was taking place there regarding this character's storyline. So I'm not sure if it covers events that overlap what we see in the conclusion of the show, because I can sort of vaguely recall Ahsoka being haunted at the start of that book, but I don't remember if it was just as Order 66 was happening or sometime afterwards. Okay, so I give this final season of The Clone Wars a 4 out of 5 stars review because I enjoyed it, because it was very emotional, and because I think Filoni does really care for Star Wars, the story that George wrote, not just making money like Disney. So I was really thankful that he was on board, and I was glad that he got the chance to finish his story because that's what he wanted to do. And I found the story is engaging. I preferred watching what was Ahsoka doing during Order 66 than reading about it in Johnston's book. And it was also good to see what happens to Rex. Jedi are hunted down. What's his role in this? Still, there were some things that I didn't utterly love. For example, at the start there's Ahsoka's adventures with these 2 sisters. I just didn't find them interesting, but I guess that if they make a show about what happens to Ahsoka after the Clone Wars end, these characters may be relevant. Another thing that I'd like to point out is that, while it was nice to see Ahsoka and Anakin reunite and sort of patch up things and see where they stood after she leaves the Order and just before he becomes Vader, a part of me prefers that they hadn't met again, because they're parting at the end of the 5th season when Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Temple and Anakin stares after her. It's just so emotional, and it gives more depth to their relationship that was the last time that they met before Twilight of the Apprentice, because we have this really epic farewell and then we have that sharp contrast of Twilight of the Apprentice. But now we have in between those 2 emotional key moments of their lives this smaller reunion that's sort of like fan servicing than something that would add to their characters, their storylines, their development. Anakin gives Ahsoka some lightsabers, so maybe that was important. But other than that, emotionally, I think it would have been better if we hadn't seen them reunite. But yeah, I hate Disney. When it comes to Star Wars, I hate what they do with the sequels, and I don't care for anything they have to show us takes place after episode 6. So if they release a new Ahsoka show, I'm going to be hesitant as to whether I should watch it or not if it takes place during the original trilogy, because I don't care one whit to see Disney trying to write up an already perfect storyline. But yeah, for the moment, I believe this is all I have to say about the last season of The Clone Wars. Thank you so much for watching my review of it. Please let me know if you enjoyed it or not, as well as what are your own thoughts regarding this show. Also, in the description box below, you can find a link to the show's IMDb page, as well as a link to my reviews for The Clone Wars. I'm Caro Herrera, the Mental Traveler, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you're in the world. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care, and goodbye.